Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Zach, and this is my journey with POTS. So I have really bad brain fog today, so just kind of bear with me. I'm going to try not to get on task. I wrote down what I'm going to talk about, so I'm going to go through that. If you see me looking down, reading something, it's because I get off task easily because of my brain fog. It's probably the worst symptom that I have. So I'm 25 years old and was just diagnosed with POTS back in December of 2019. Although I was diagnosed, I have been dealing with symptoms most of my life. Pretty much as long as I can remember. I've always dealt with dizziness when standing or out of breath when walking upstairs, but nowadays my symptoms have become much worse. To the point I don't leave my bed unless it's to use the bathroom or go to a doctor's appointment, because when I stand or try walking I get very dizzy, extreme pre-syncope symptoms. I see stars, cross-eyed vision, all that, so I had to sit down right away or lay down and put my feet up. I deal with extreme brain fog 24/7 and sometimes have a really hard time finding my words or remembering what I was talking about. My vision is also affected by POTS. I get double vision all the time and my sight is mostly blurry and I have to really focus on things to really see them. I get floaters, which are squiggly lines that float around in my vision. I deal with heart palpitations and almost 24/7, tightness in my chest, heart pains, sharp pins and needles, which then leads to my arms and legs. So since I deal with chronic fatigue as well, I get weak. I feel really heavy in my extremities, my arms and legs, my hands and feet. I feel like they get really numb. They hurt really bad when they get numb, like pins and needles. And then I deal with insomnia, chronic pain, nausea, migraines, brain fog, mood swings, depression, anxiety, oversweating, blood pooling, sensitivity to light and sounds. I also deal with cognitive impairment, so with my vision, able to see things, floaters, black dots. It's very exhausting to deal with this every single day, which I deal with on a 24/7 basis. There's many more symptoms I deal with, but I just don't want to go into everything in this video. I don't want to overdo it. Basically, I just kind of want to put out the basics of what I deal with and what I struggle with the most. So I plan on making videos that are more in depth on my symptoms, but for now I'm just laying down the basics of what I deal with on a daily basis. So like chronic fatigue, it's hard for me to do anything. I get very exhausted even talking right now. The more I'm talking, the more brain fog is getting worse. My vision is getting really blurry. The more I talk, I get out of breath. Confusion, harder to remember what I'm talking about. If I'm in a conversation, I have to really rely on the other person to remember things for me. Sometimes it's not always the best case because sometimes they have a bad memory as well. So I just hope and just kind of push through every single day, try to be as positive as possible. It can be very debilitating, especially because before this I was very active. I worked in construction, pool construction. I did a lot of heavy duty work, working on heavy machines, forklifts. So yeah, like I was saying, I used to be a very active person before all of this came on. It was very sudden. But before it came on, like my extreme issues came on back in December. I always dealt with fatigue, like getting out of breath, going upstairs, walking, standing up, but it wasn't as bad. Now it's to the point I'm bedridden. I have to use a cane, I have to use a wheelchair. I have a grabber, there's a grabber right here. I have my cane, which is sitting over there on the wall. I drink lots of Gatorade, lots of water, lots of salty, high sodium snacks, but I also have issues with my stomach, so I have to be careful with what I do eat. I have to eat in small snacks. I get very full easily, which is not normal for me either. Before all the serious symptoms came on, I was very active, very healthy, eat all the time, outgoing, and this syndrome has really taken my life away. But I'm not trying to let it get to me. I'm trying to do my best, go to my appointments, take my medications, and just push through, really. Because, I mean, insomnia, brain fog, there's so much. I really have a whole list of my symptoms here, actually. So, like, my number 1 symptom, brain fog. Number 2 I deal with is physical fatigue. Number 3, dizziness. 4, chronic pain, insomnia, migraines, chest pains, nausea, blood pooling, sweating, weakness, tremors, adrenaline dumps, light and sound sensitivity, palpitations, lightheadedness, vomiting, exercise intolerance, cognitive impairments, which I talked about. I get extreme tachycardia, except for when I'm sleeping for some reason. I go into extreme bradycardia. I get into the really low 30s, which is not good, but my body, every time that it has happened, my body wakes me up, so that's a plus. Numbness and tingling, noise sensitivity, I already said that, brain fog, feeling full quickly, clamminess, constipation. There's so much more, but I'm not going to go through all that in just this video. I'm just kind of basics. I know, even though I've written everything down to try to stay on topic, I know I've been all over the place, and I'm sorry. That's just my life. That's what I have to deal with every single day. I'm all over the place. My conversations are all over the place. It's hard to remember things, so I kind of just deal with it, try not to get too frustrated, because there's not a lot I can do other than just live and deal with it. So with all that was probably a lot of rambling on. If you stuck through this whole video, I thank you very much for listening to me ramble on about myself and my chronic illness. If you have any questions, just leave a comment below, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. I'm bedridden. I'm on my phone a lot. I'm on social media, doing a lot of research. Literally, a lot of my time is put into doing research and trying to find things to make my daily life better dealing with this, because I know there's so many of us dealing with this, but yeah, see, I'm going on again. Sorry. But thank you for watching. With that being said, thank you. Please like, comment below, and I'll see you next week, where I think I'm going to talk about symptoms and what tests there are to getting a diagnosis, because it is very hard for people with getting a diagnosis. So yeah, thanks again, and I'll see you guys next week.